So I was checking my local newspaper, and I read that Lightsworn isn't the best deck anymore. Huh! You Zoomers! I remember back in my day, I'd spend 1,000 of my hard-earned dollars just to build a Lightsworn deck. And boy, those times were better. Way better than you guys in your $200, $400 meta decks, running around with your Link summoning and all that other riffraff. What was I talking about again?
What's going on with y'all, big dog? And we did it again. We have created Lightsworn out of the ashes as a viable deck in 2022. I know Boomer Cali is stupid excited. You are stupid excited. So all my boomers stand up, and if you survive through the Lightsworn format, the Lightsworn format. Then let me know your most fondest memory of back in the day. But without further ado, let's jump on in so I can show you this insane Lightsworn Chaos deck profile. So I never would have thought that Lightsworn would actually even be playable in 2022. But here we are. I built this Lightsworn deck just to see how this deck will work, and I gotta tell you, it makes some of the most funnest, bonkers hands. But more importantly, I felt obligated to give you the profile because I felt that you looking at this profile as a fan of Lightsworn or Chaos could possibly even take this deck further than I ever thought that could happen for Lightsworn inside of 2022. So here I'm going to give you a good basis of it, why I play these certain cards, and of course I'm going to give you as many test hits as possible, which means I'm going to have to kind of blaze through the deck. For the Lightsworn monsters, there's 3 copies of Raiden, 3 copies of Wolf, 2 copies of Felice, 3 copies of Solar Recharge, and 3 copies of Charge the Light Brigade. Now, one thing that I want to talk about with Lightsworn is prior years, Lightsworns didn't have anything to benefit. And basically when we say this is that the Lightsworn cards weren't beneficial to play over other light card engines like the Thunder Dragon engine. But I gotta say, being able to summon Wolf and Felice from your deck off of the top, and there's so many ways to get these cards from your deck to the graveyard, it is phenomenal. And I don't regret playing bricks inside of my hand, cards that I don't want to see, because the high risk, high reward is what Lightsworn is all about. Moving forward, I had to supplement the light engine with a dark engine, and I didn't want to play dangers. So the danger engine is good in theory, but once they hit the graveyard, they're just dark monsters. Whereas the rocket engine is just incredible in so many different ways. 2 tracers, 1 recharger, 1 synchron, and 1 Router. They provide so much combo potential, but even importantly, they get you free special summons without the risk of losing other cards that you would want inside of your hand. I also play 1 copy of Boot Sector Launch and 1 Omni Dragon Brotar. This card is nutty. What I've noticed about Lightsworn is that we've never been good at being able to have hand traps. We need graveyard presence, and Brotar gets us a free search on our graveyard presence. Moving forward, there's 1 copy or 2 copies of Levianeer. The Chaos cards is definitely what makes this deck. 2 copies of the Chaos Creator, the new Chaos Nephthys. I never thought this card would be this good, but it's actually incredible. 1 copy of Chaos Emperor. Actually, to talk about Nephthys a little bit, is that I realize it summons itself when you destroy cards, when your cards are destroyed, and has interaction on your opponent. Just read it. It's really good. 1 Emperor to be able to recur those rocket cards to my hand and summon itself. And Chaos Valkyria is easily one of the best Chaos cards. This card is criminally underrated. Not only is it a free summon extender to your side of the field, it can send monsters like Fairy Tail Snow and Archlord Christia from your deck to the graveyard to either summon on that turn to lock your opponent out of special summoning, or to be able to get Fairy Tail Snow to your graveyard. You know how powerful that is. There's also 1 copy of white, 1 copy of black, and 3 copies of Chaos Space here. That's going to sum up the Chaos engine. And then lastly, the Strangler cards. Of course, that 1 copy of Fairy Tail Snow, very blessed to have this. Performage Trick Clown, Archlord Christia, and 3 copies of Orbital Hydralander. This card is nutty. It's a level 8 Dark Machine. It comes up in so many different ways. But that's it for the main board. Let's go to the extra deck. The extra deck, I'm actually not even close to being refined. 1 copy of Dingirsu, 1 Minerva, 1 Vampire. Those cards I think are shoe-ins. This is better than the number 38, Hope Harbinger, is because you can summon it under the dark restriction, even though you don't dark restrict yourself a lot, but I just thought it was better for that. And cards like Lightning Storm, this card can still protect. Cards like Forbidden Droplet, Hope Harbinger ain't protecting you from. Also, I think this is a shoe-in, this is a shoe-in. This is obviously a shoe-in. Curious is really good. Heretic Seal, Dark, and Striker Dragon. I think that all of these cards are almost low-key must-plays inside of this deck. And then the cards that you could consider playing, I'm just going to go ahead and lay them all out. I'm going to go ahead and show you test hands with a full plus extra deck, all of these cards, to show you what potential sequences you can play. Now, before I get into it, there's a couple of cards that I don't play that you're probably asking, why don't I play Destrito? Well, because there's no level 7 synchro that I want to go into. Half my life points is a little much since your life points are a resource inside of this deck. Why don't I play Giant Rex? Well, because I would need Fairy Tale Snow and Giant Rex consistently in my graveyard. Giant Rex isn't a light and dark monster. I can't think of any other cards which you would ask why I do or do not play, but I've listed 2 cards that I've been asked a lot. But let's get into this test hand.
No, not Judgment Dragon! So what Zoomer Kelly isn't gonna tell you is that Lightsworns are a very powerful deck to play. And if you want to power them up and play them in the best sleeves, then you probably should go ahead and visit TheCaliEffect.com. Not only does he have all types of amazing things like mats and sleeves, shirts and tapioca, but he also has the heart of a warrior. I gotta give it to him. Playing Yu-Gi-Oh for this long is too strong.
All right, so I think I got it pretty much all shuffled up. I'm really excited and hopeful to show you how powerful this Lightsworn deck can be, as well as some cool interactions with some cards that you may be a little iffy about. But let's go ahead and start off with our very first test hand. I'm going to get Chaos Space, Orbital Hydrolander, Black Dragon, Solar Recharge, and a Chaos Valkyria. Just the fact that I haven't drawn any of my Lightsworn cards, the moment I start milling, I know I'm going to be able to get something extremely good. I'm going to go ahead and start off by activating Chaos Space. I'm going to discard Chaos Valkyria, and that will allow me to add from my deck to my hand a dark level 4 through 8 monster from my deck to my hand. A lot of times players would be forced to add a white dragon in this particular situation, but I'm just going to go ahead and add the best card from my deck, which is Chaos Dragon Levianeer. I'll then banish the Chaos Valkyria to special summon the Black Dragon, and then I'll link off the Black Dragon. I'll link that monster right into a Striker Dragon. I'll use the effect of both my Black and Striker Dragon. I'll add Boot Sector Launch and White Dragon Wyvern Buster from my decks to my hand, and also use the effect of Chaos Valkyria. With Chaos Valkyria, I'll actually make sure I have Fairy Tale Snow in my graveyard. I think this is going to be a game for the grind, so getting Fairy Tale Snow in my graveyard may be a little better than most situations right now. And then resolving, I got to get the White Dragon to my hand, which is perfectly fine. So I won't be able to use Snow for this turn, which is perfectly fine with me. I'm going to go ahead and banish Black Dragon Calypso for White Dragon Wyvern Buster, and then Chaos Space to shuffle the black back into the bottom of my deck, draw a card. Well, look what we have here. Raiden, Hand of Lightsworn. I'm not going to use my Solar Recharge on the Raiden, though I'm very tempted to. I'm actually just going to go ahead and normal summon Raiden and activate its effect. That's a Wolf and a Raiden. I would have drawn Wolf and Raiden. That actually would have been interesting. I'll summon Wolf to my side of the field, and then we'll start the synchro summoning. I'll synchro summon with both White and Wolf into Chaotic Ruler. I'll activate the effect of White Dragon as Chain Link 2, Chaotic Ruler as Chain Link 1. I'll add the Black Dragon from my deck to my hand, and now I can look at the top 5 cards and see where we got. As you can see, this board is starting to get really scary. We already knew that the odds of me getting a Lightsworn card was going to be high. And now that I play 6 Lightsworn monsters, or I have 6 other Lightsworn monsters, 5 other, I apologize, in my deck that I can hit off, oh my, this is going to be scary. I'm going to get a Trick Clown, Hydrolander, Chaos Space, Felice, and a Charge of Light Brigade. Cards doing exactly what we expected it to do. Let me see if I can move this down. Yeah, that actually looks, and it's extremely obvious what I'm going to do here. I really actually wish that I hit another Lightsworn instead of Charge the Light Brigade. That would have made my Solar Recharge really good, but I think I'm going to go ahead and add Orbital Hydrolander from my Excavated 5, and then the rest go to the graveyard. I mean, lie, the rest actually gets summoned to my side of the field. From here, guys, you can 100% play it safe or get really greedy. It's up to you. The playing it safe route would be making Appaloosa Bow of the Goddess, and then you can go in for a rank 8, which would be like the Zombie Vampire or something like that. I don't have any access to any of my tuners. So that would be extremely safe, though I don't, or you can go into your Dingirsu to protect your Appaloosa, but I am not feeling really safe. I'm feeling extremely dangerous here. So I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to go ahead and link off my Striker Dragon and my Chaotic Ruler into Heretic Seal. And then what I'm going to do next is use my Perform H Trick Clown and my Wolf the Lightsworn Beast. I think I'll use it for an Exceed summon into my, oh, wrong card, into my Minerva. This is actually a really risky gambit right here, but I actually think it'll pay off. I'll use my Minerva, detaching my Trick Clown. We'll go ahead and build 3 more. It's going to be Raiden, Chaos Space, Arclore Christia, and then we draw the Chaos Valkyria. So, like, well, I mean, I figured it'd pay off just because of all that. It was definitely 100% worth it at this point in time, as now I have the Arclore Christia in my graveyard, and that's actually what I was milling for this entire time. I think I can follow up by making a 4 Disruption Appaloosa here. So I'll go ahead and special summon Chaos Valkyria by banishing Raiden from my graveyard. And then I will special summon Orbital Hydra. Oh, wait, nope. I can't special summon Orbital Hydra Lander. I have multiple Raidens in my graveyard. That'll 100% be fixed, but you know, this is interesting now. I can't summon Fairy Tale Snow. I can still summon Chaotic Ruler. I think that's definitely on the table. We'll go ahead and do that. I'll banish Raiden number 2, and I'll also banish I'll have to banish a Dark Monster, so Striker Dragon for my Chaotic Ruler right here. And since I don't have anything to tune it with, and I don't necessarily need anything to tune it with, yeah, we can go ahead and we'll Synchro Summon with all of these, or Link Summon with all these cards. I'll just straight up go into a 4 Disruption Appaloosa, because that's what this deck does fairly easy. The ridiculous thing here is that I can 100% still keep going. I can special summon Orbital Hydra Lander. I have no monsters with the same name. And then I can mill 3 and destroy a card on the field if, I have a potential card on my opponent's side of the field I want to get rid of. But I think genuinely, if I want to go for a killing blow here, I'll just summon Orbital Hydra Lander number 2. This is, nope, it's not once per turn summoning. We'll make the Dingirsu here. Is there a machine monster in my banish pile? No, I don't think so. And then I will banish 3 to summon Chaos Dragon Levianeer. We'll banish Wolf, Felice, and Raiden. And then, yeah, we'll bring out the Arclore Christia. So here we have a 4 Disruption Appaloosa, Bow of the Goddess. We have a Heretic Seal of Heavenly Spheres, Arclore Christia, Levianeer, and a Dingirsu to be able to protect my board. I think you guys think that I was capped when I said that this Lightsworn deck was insane. I wasn't capping. This deck is really fun to play, and it makes some ridiculous boards. What's going on with you guys? Editor Cali here, and I actually did not know I had this much time for another test hand, so I decided I could hit you with another one since I did not take apart the Lightsworn deck. But also, since I didn't, I was thinking about giving you guys a live duel with this Chaos Lightsworn deck. It'd be extremely fun, but in order for that to happen, I need you guys to do me a favor. I need to get this video to 2,000 likes, guys. Let's try to get these video to 2,000 likes within a reasonable time frame, so we can actually have the deck still built and get another profile. So of course, if you guys want to see this deck in action, let's get the 2,000 likes, share this video with a friend, and let's go from there. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with this opening hand. This is a very interesting opening hand because we did draw the Solar Recharge with no target. We also have Quick Launch in our hand, which is really interesting. I'm going to go ahead and start off by activating said Quick Launch. We'll special summon Rocket Recharger to my side of the field. And then, wait. Should I do it that way? No. We won't do it that way. I think I have to special summon. I have to special summon Rocket Tracer here, don't I? I feel like it's a must because watch this. I'll link off the Rocket Tracer into Striker Dragon. Striker Dragon's effect will add the Boot Sector Launch. I needed a tuner, and that's why this is just so way better than the Danger Engine. And then Striker Dragon will add the Rocket Tracer, and now Boot Sector Launch can special summon the Rocket Tracer, and then I can banish the Striker Dragon for the White Dragon Wyver Buster. So that's how you get your tuner, non-tuner. I haven't even committed my normal summon, so hopefully I can get into something really, really good with this Chaotic Ruler. I'll go ahead and Synchro. I'm not going to use Rocket Tracer's effect. That would lock me into darks for the duration of the turn when special summoning. White Dragon Wyver Buster is Chainlink 2. I will add Black Dragon from my deck to my hand here. And then we will mill 5 with the effect of Chaotic Ruler. We'll mill Chaos Nepthys, Solar Recharge, Chaos Space, Felice, and a Raiden. Here I'm actually going to go ahead and take the Raiden, and I get to special summon the Felice. So that's pretty good right there. We get the Raiden to our hand, special summon the Felice, and we can Solar Recharge the Raiden. So we'll go ahead and exchange that for a Chaos Creator and a Quick Launch. Pretty good. And then we'll send a Wolf and a Rocket Recharger from the deck to the graveyard. I got to go into mad think mode here because this is going to be some big think. I know I need a Levianeer from my deck to my hand. That is going to be the most important thing. Levianeer ensures that I don't need to use Chaos Creator to special summon Herald or Arclore Christia. But let's say you don't want to. Actually, I'll give you one. I'm going to take out Arclore Christia because you guys have already seen the combos with Arclore Christia. Basically, oh, wrong card. Basically, anytime that you have a Chaos Valkyria in your graveyard, you can banish the Chaos Valkyria when you're summoning your monster to your side of the field. When you're summoning your Levianeer, and then Levianeer will be chain link 1. Chaos Valkyria will be chain link 2. You send the Christian, you summon it, and you've already seen a board with Christia. So let's get a little more exciting. I'm going to take out the Arclore Christia from the deck, and we're going to see how this deck can do without it. What's weird is that I still have not invested a normal summon, but I'm going to banish my Raiden and my Rocket Recharger. I'm going to special summon Chaos Creator to my side of the field. Was there anything I wanted shuffled in my deck? No, there really wasn't. Yeah, I actually do want Rocket Recharger. And then I'm going to reveal Striker Dragon, Hand of Lightsworn, and Raiden. Summon the Raiden and then shuffle these into my deck respectively. Or these go to the bottom, right? Place them in the bottom of the deck. Okay, cool. And then, since I've already used both of these guys, I'm going to Exceed Summon. I'm going to Exceed Summon into the Zombie Vampire. Use the effect of Raiden. As expected, I knew I was going to hit a wolf, so I came very prepared for that. And then all 4 of these monsters into the Bow of the Goddess. That is close. And then my Zombie Vampire, I'll use this effect, detaching the Chaotic Ruler, Rocket Tracer, Chaos Valkyria, Felice, and an Apter. We are just on fire today. Jeez. I wish I could have made a Link monster beforehand because Borolo Savage Dragon is 100% in the cards. So I will 100% special summon Rocket Tracer and Felice to my side of the field. I have no Link monsters in my graveyard. I'll trigger the effect of Apter Dragon. I'll add Rocket Synchron from my deck to my hand. I still have not normal summoned. That actually might come in handy. It would lock me into dark monsters for the duration of the turn. But I'll banish Wolf to special summon the Chaos Valkyria. Oh man, having a Link monster in the graveyard would 100% help here. Like, sheesh, this is rough. No Link monsters in the graveyard. So what will I do here? I think I'm going to banish my White Dragon to summon my Black Dragon. And then I'm going to Chaos Space my White Dragon to the bottom of my deck. We'll draw a card. That's not a bad card. I don't necessarily think it helps us, but we can make another Appaloosa, I guess. I actually just realized something here. What I could do is link these 2 off. I'll link them off into a Heretic Seal. I'll trigger the effect of my Black Dragon to go ahead and get the white from the bottom of my deck. And I can't use Seal unless it's in the main monster zone. But I can link all 3 of these off since it's a fairy, a beast warrior, and a dragon. I will link them into a Curious and then trigger the effect of my Curious to send from my deck to the graveyard. I'll send the elusive Fairy Tale Snow and then we'll shuffle to send 3. Hold on, let me see if I want to chain anything. Oh, wow. Yeah. I could put that back in deck. I guess I could put that back in deck. Well, Curious to send 3. All right, a Wolf, a Chaos Emperor. Wolf gets summoned. Chaos Emperor goes to grave. I'll activate Quick Launch to special summon from my deck to my side of the field, which is going to be that Rocket Recharger. And I wish it was a different Rocket monster. Actually, it doesn't matter. I'll link these two off for an IP Masquerena here. And then I will, that's crazy. I'll normal summon the Rocket Synchron, activate the Rocket Synchron's effect. I will special summon the Aptorouter and sync with it. I will synchro summon into that Borreload Savage Dragon effect. I will equip the Heretic Seal, and I can rip a card out of my opponent's hand, but I do have Fairy Tale Snow. I think that this board is a lot more menacing than what people think, is because this card gets me a graveyard card out of my graveyard to my hand if I actually get it to the graveyard. I can still use these two for a Disruptor and Nightmare Unicorn, which is another thing. But more importantly, look at all the cards I have in the graveyard for Fairy Tale Snow. Like, I have a ridiculous amount, and I never even used the Chaotic Ruler to follow up. Again, if I did have Arclor Christia in my deck, I would have ended with an Arclor Christia too. So again, this deck is bonkers, and I'm not even sure if I did this sequence 100% correct, but this deck is completely bonkers on how it can just keep playing. I think that the extra deck maybe needs to be a little bit tuned, just a little bit more. But yeah, it's a Lightsworn deck. 4 Negation Appaloosa, Nightmare Unicorn, Disrupt, Borreload, Savage Dragon, but more importantly, Fairy Tale Snow with a million cards in the graveyard, and a Chaos Nepthys, a lot and lots of ways to play. And that is all that I have for this test, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching Lightsworn Chaos in action. If you want to see more amazing content, go ahead and check out these videos, as I'll catch you on the next one.